Call Stephen Browning. 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today, Prime Minister John Key said this year the government will establish a food safety science and research centre at Massey. He says it's to protect consumers, enable innovation and minimise costs for business, and they'll also introduce legislation to strengthen the framework underpinning our food safety system. Mr. Speaker, there are great opportunities in this, but I fear, and got lots of history behind what has happened around food safety in this country, that it will not go far enough for New Zealand consumers. Effectively, this is a response to the melamine, to the botulism scare in our dairy industry, and it's absolutely important that we have a food safety regime that does make sure that our exports meet standards that our export markets expect. But increasingly there's a very sad picture of our rural environment. There's a high input, high pollutant model of farming that leaves farmers exposed on the global market, especially when the price of milk falls. If there's any hint of a food safety issue, we stand to fall and fail a lot more. The government's endless fixation on growth at any price and exporting away our riches is hurting our people and our planet. The environment that we travel through when we go through the country is really anything to be particularly proud of, and it's changed. It used to be diverse and gave a feeling of safety around the food produced there and some sort of sustainability, and it's going rapidly in the other direction. The great experiment, an industrial model of oil dependence and chemically based food, is clearly unsustainable. I'll use as an example Roundup. Roundup that used to be advertised, you can drink the stuff. Glyphosate being the active ingredient. We do not even seem to test for it in our waterways. We're using it increasingly, hectare after hectare, massive areas being used for various farm management systems. The reality is this glyphosate is damaging the microbiology of our soils and deteriorating the sustainability of that very soil. It becomes less porous, it cannot handle the rain the same, cannot handle the drought the same. A story in Stuff today, it's just come through from Washington, shows a report saying that people eating organic food are exposed to only half their level of pesticides in non-organic. Other reports show there's at least 4 times as many pesticides in non-organic food. Sometimes people see organics as unaffordable. Do we really want a tiered society where only the rich who can afford to eat it, or choose in that sense, they're the only ones that can have a healthy diet? This government and the previous government of National chose not to advance the organic system. It chose not to help the organic advisory program that was so successful in helping people convert to organics. What does it do? It's done away with environmental monitoring in many cases. Thank you. But what we could have is some very good progress indicators if we move towards organics. Glyphosate is showing up in breast milk, but where is Ministry of Primary Industries even looking to see how much glyphosate is coming through in food? And we have to remember the herbicide-tolerant Swedes in Southland using a chemical that's banned in China. How much of that chlorsulfuron went into those Swedes and turnips that the cows ate, and in the Swedes' case, some died. In fact, a lot of cows died. That material, that information in its full form has not come out yet. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We think the government should support the organic sector and move towards a more sustainable society. Thank you.
I call Jonathan Young.
Speaker, and Happy New Year.